Hello, this is Zachjackdad again for CardRunners.com. I am excited to do another video. This one's likely going to be a four-parter. I have a victory that I'm going to show. Sometimes I keep the conclusion to a suspense, sometimes I don't. But this one's pretty exciting. Um, it's called the Big 440 on Stars. It starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It has 2 hours of late registration. I can't remember what time I registered for this one, but I think it was around 7 p.m. And it ends around like 4:35 in the morning. So it's a pretty significant tournament. Just under 12 hours, about 11 hours from beginning to end. And I think I had about 677 hands played, and I went through like almost every hand that I had some chips exchanged, and I ended up cutting it to about 150 hands. And then I said, I kind of said it would be a four-parter, so 4 half-hour segments, and I know 100 hands is too, or like 150 hands is too many for that. So I managed to cut it back, and I looked magically, and there's 100 hands. So my goal is to basically line up 25 hands per video and go through 25 hands. And basically, I, I start my videos kind of the same way every time. I've been doing it for a few years. And the couple things. One is people need to keep in mind that I play low stakes. That's my primary thing. My average lifetime buy-in over my life on Stars is $19. So a lot of the things that I talk about or strategies that I employ, it's not stuff that you can necessarily go and start playing the $100 rebuy with. But my videos are sort of designed to people who are either just getting into MTTs, want to get back to playing smaller stakes, and it's really meant as somewhat beginner stuff, but for people who are just getting serious about MTTs, and for any user, casual users. Most people know my background, but I have a full-time job and I have a family and stuff, so I play part-time. And I think it's good. It's a good experience to go through these types of exercises. Out of the 100 hands, I didn't play all of them fantastic. I did obviously suck out a few times. 677 hands, 11 hours. An MTT with over 5,000 players, you're not going to win something like that unless you get a little bit lucky. But in the whole, I think I played okay. And I think, it was obviously the stars were aligned. A couple interesting facts about this tournament, though, is that on Sundays, everybody knows this, anyone who plays stars knows this, but on Sundays, the tournaments are called the bigger. So they have the big 440 on during the week, and then on Sundays, they have the bigger 440. And I actually final tabled the bigger 440 2 weeks after final tabling this one and winning it. I didn't have such good results. I came ninth, ran queens into kings with about 20 big blinds when the final table started. It was about 5 hands in. But and it had over 6,000 players that week as well. So I really feel like I've worked pretty hard on my large MTT game. I've been watching a lot of videos myself, and I feel like it's starting to sort of come around. And we're really, I'll talk about it during the video, but it's really at a certain point, and when I get to that point, I'll mention it. But I really think that's the biggest difference in MTTs is when I hit that certain point. It's towards the end, but it's not quite at the end. So I'll talk about it a little bit when I get there. But right now, I'm just rather than talk a lot at the beginning, I'm just going to get right into the hands, and we'll start with the first 25 hands from early on in the tournament. Okay, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about here we're going to start with the first hand. Obviously, I have King Nine of Diamonds, but I just want to talk a little bit about how I do these replays now. I used to think there was a lot of benefit in actually recording live play and sort of then going back and showing you a video of my screen playing, but I honestly believe this replayer now in Poker Tracker, they've updated it sort of a lot lately. Either they've updated it, and I'm not a Poker Tracker expert, like I know how to use it and stuff, but either they've updated it a lot recently, or I just didn't understand it or know about it. But the actual replayer in Card Runners now is amazing because it shows you everything. And the coolest part is It's actually in the options here. I was reading some of the help windows, but it actually shows you here. It says this is the section I wanted to show you. Is it has HUD stats values at time of hand. So basically, what happens is that when you're looking at these HUD stats, this is exactly what I was looking at when I was playing.